G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kaitlyn and I'm an American living in beautiful Sydney, Australia. So over on my Discord server, Tony Perea, sorry, I hope I'm saying that correctly, sent this video over called On the Beach, Waltzing Matilda from the channel Bigfoot48X. So from the thumbnail right away I can see that Ava Gardner is in this and it looks like it's one of those old-timey noir Hollywood movies. And I absolutely love movies like that. They do not make movies like this anymore. And I've never seen On the Beach. So since it's On the Beach, Waltzing Matilda, I assume that they're going to be singing Waltzing Matilda at some point in this. Somehow the song is going to make its way in here. So grab a bicky, grab a cuppa, and let's jump right into this video.
I had lunch with Admiral Brady yesterday. He told me that somebody brought pressure to bear and got the trout season moved up. Opens tomorrow. Why don't we have a crack at it? Go up to the mountains for a few days.
When?
No.
I know just the spot. Nice, quiet, and peaceful.
Nice, quiet, and peaceful, and then the next scene opens up with a bunch of drunk Aussies singing Waltzing Matilda. So I guess now we know why this little clip is called On the Beach, Waltzing Matilda. But funny enough, I've lived in Australia for over a year now, and I haven't heard this song once since I moved over here. I haven't heard it at all, and I've heard it's sort of the unofficial national anthem of Australia. It's sort of like the second national anthem, let's say. It's so popular, it's so well known, everybody knows the lyrics. But funny enough, I've lived here for a year and haven't heard it once.
So come a waltzing Matilda with me, and he sang as he watched and waited till he Billy was. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. Down came a gun.
Will you let loose of your line?
Jumped the swagger and waved in the breeze, and he sang as he
I can't tell if she's having trouble with the reel or something, but I feel so confused watching fishing. I don't know how that stuff really works. I've only gone fishing once, and I know it's super, super simple. It's one of those things where if you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it. But I don't even think I would remember how to cast a line properly. Let me put it this way. I went fishing once. The only thing I caught was a boat. So that's how good of a fisherman I am. So definitely something that I'd like to learn. Maybe just go out a couple more times, but it's kind of tough when we don't have a ute just yet. Who knows, maybe later on this year we'll get a ute or a car or something and can go fishing somewhere. But don't you also need a license to go fishing in most places? If you're anywhere, like particularly within New South Wales, let me know if there are spots where you can go fishing without a license, or if you go fishing anywhere you need a license, let me know. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but let me know down below. I don't know if it's the same in every state or not. Do you need a fishing license to go fishing anywhere, or do you just need a fishing license to go fishing within certain spots? Let me know down below. Mark's not here, I can't really ask him. So let me know, especially if you guys are from states outside of New South Wales. I'm curious. I don't really know how fishing works all throughout Australia. I think it's one of those things where each state has its own different rules, like each state and territory. Let's not completely ignore the Northern Territory and the ACT, so. So I don't know Australia very well. I can't tell if this was filmed in Australia or not. Like, I'm looking around and I don't, because it's black and white, it makes it even harder. But I can't tell if this is filmed in Australia or not. None of it looks too familiar to me. Maybe it's in Australia. If anybody knows if this was actually filmed on location in Australia or not, let me know in the comments below. From what I can tell, it doesn't quite look like it, but I can be totally wrong, and this could be someplace that I'm just not familiar with, or maybe because it's black and white, I'm not really used to what the flora would look like. Like, I'm looking for gum trees and can't really see anything, but I'm like, well, maybe if it was in colors, it would look a little bit more familiar. I can't quite tell, but then again, I didn't grow up here, so give me a little bit of credit, guys. If you know that this was filmed in Australia or not, let me know. I learned this not too long after I came over here, and I was very unfamiliar with this in 2019 when I first came over here. Hotels in Australia way back when, like 40s and earlier, you had to actually be able to rent out a couple of rooms in a pub if you wanted to open and sell alcohol. So a lot of old school pubs in Australia were actually called hotels because they had rooms that they could rent out legally. They had to be able to rent out rooms to people in order to sell alcohol. And a lot of them are still around today, especially a lot of like the really old traditional pubs. I've actually been in a couple of them, and it's really cool to see because a lot of them, for the most part, they keep that bone structure. At least they'll do updates and whatnot as they need to, but you still have that old building, that old style. It's so cool to see over here. But something like this, you'd have like the first floor would actually be the pub, and then it looks like the top floor would probably be the rooms to rent. Some of them are structured a bit different, where a lot of it's on the first floor, so they'll have a couple rooms in the back that they rent out, or at least they used to rent out since it's not a law anymore. Some of them have changed it so that way they've gotten rid of the rooms completely, but there are still some where they'll have rooms tucked away sort of in the far end on the first floor if it's only a one floor pub. They don't make films like this anymore, you guys, and it's so sad. Like, they haven't said a word, and obviously we're a little bit into the actual film itself. This isn't the first scene, but we're not entirely sure what's going on, but you can feel the intimacy, you can feel the chemistry, and they haven't said a word between them in this scene. Like, so far this entire clip has been very old school Hollywood. They really let the surroundings and the setting and the sounds build up the tone for the scene. Like this day and age, they try to pack as much dialogue as they can into movies. And then you have something like this where they haven't said a word, but you can almost feel the chemistry pouring off of the screen in something like this. They don't make movies like this anymore, and honestly that makes me so sad. I love old movies like this.
I'll build up the fire.
Where was this guy the whole time? Why wasn't he singing the whole time?
You'll never take me alive, said he, and his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong.
Oh my god, the beauty of the scene, guys. This is art. They don't make movies like this anymore, and this is art. Like, there's been so little said in this scene, but the way she's looking at him, the way he was looking at her, and then you have the lightning going on in the background that's lighting up the gum trees in the window. You can hear the rain, and then this deep, like, tenor, baritone-ish voice. I'm not sure the difference, to be honest. It sounds like maybe a tenor. But that deep voice, that one little solo that just gave you this complete mood shift. Like, it went from a little bit wild and chaotic, and now it's slowed down, it's intimate, and just this entire scene is, like, no words, you guys. It's so beautiful. It's so romantic. Why don't they make movies like this anymore? Why don't things like this happen in real life? I swear. Like, I'm a romantic at heart. Why don't things like this happen in real life?
Waltzing Matilda, you come a waltzing Matilda with me, and his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You come a waltzing Matilda.
Oh, that is such a beautiful scene. And I would have never considered Waltzing Matilda to be romantic in any way. But this scene, like I said, is art. It's completely transformed the song. It's haunting, it's stunning, and you're not so much focusing on the lyrics. And maybe it ties into the movie a little bit more again. I don't know this movie very well. Maybe there's like another subtle layer or meaning behind it, which would be even more amazing, but I never would have considered Waltzing Matilda to be romantic in any way, but this scene has completely changed my mind. Like, this one scene alone just completely destroys every single rom-com that's been made in like the last 30 years, I swear. They don't make movies like this anymore. It's genuinely romantic, not that Love Actually writing on a billboard kind of junk that you see these days. Like, really old school, slow, intimate, romantic kind of scenes. You don't see anything like that anymore, and I so miss that in film. I'd say I miss that in real life, but let's face it, real life is nothing like an old school 1940s Hollywood noir. I mean, if it was, that would be incredible, but let's face it, it's not. Like, the chemistry between these two actors too, it's so good, guys. This is like, I feel like today's rom-coms are like junk food, whereas this is like a 3-course meal. Like, this is real sustenance. This is like food for the soul, you guys. I love these old school films. I was obsessed with Sabrina and Gone with the Wind growing up, and those are still 2 of my absolute favorite films. I love those movies. But that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you liked it. Have you seen it before? Let me know in the comments below. I think I'm gonna have to add this to our little watch list and have this for like a date night movie one night in the next couple of weeks. I want to see what this is about. I'm really, really curious. Now, what was this movie actually about? What was going on between the 2 of them? I want to know what built up to that scene, what led to it. So if you guys have seen this movie, let me know in the comments down below. But please, no spoilers, you guys. I do want to see this sometime soon. So if you guys like this, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. It really does help support me and help support this channel. And I will see you guys in my next video.